3, 2, 1. You are live.
Welcome to the Curly Q&A Mondays with Melanie show. I'm your host, Ken Nickels, and I'm here with Melanie Nickels.
Did you forget who you're here with?
I forgot. No, I didn't.
It's your wife, Melanie Nickels. I'll help you.
It's not that. It's I forgot. Okay,
No, this is live.
No.
No do-overs.
There's no do-overs.
No do-overs.
You'll see in a minute what I forgot. Because I changed the name and I keep forgetting, and it's only been like a month since I did it. Okay, welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A Mondays with Melanie show. I am your host, Ken Nickels, and I'm here with Melanie Nickels. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It is one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl specialists anywhere in the world. And she is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products. So welcome. How are you today, Melanie?
I'm good.
Are you ready for lots of questions?
I'm ready.
Good. Do you have a fun fact for us today, or do you want to hold off?
I do have one. Well, I'm going to hold off on mine.
You want to hold off?
Why don't you share one?
I don't have a fun fact, but I am going to ask. I am going to ask. So did any of you guys who are watching, did you either watch on YouTube or listen to the podcast with the interview that we did last Thursday night with Chadwick Penley, the co-owner of the Wedad flagship salon in Fort Lauderdale? What'd you guys think of that? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Was it too long? Was it too lengthy? Was it too short? Did I, and I did miss a question. And Rhett and I were just talking about this. I did miss a question. A number of people, and I was planning, I didn't dodge it. I just forgot, and it was in my notes, and I was planning on asking it, but he's going to come on after the first of the year. Well, if I tell you now, then he'll be watching, and then he'll prep himself for it. No, I probably should let him. I meant to ask. What I meant to ask, and the question that I missed was, some of the Wedad products have silicones in them. Why?
Do they have silicones, or do they,
Yep.
I know, like the gel, one of the gels has
I
alcohol.
can't remember which ones, but they do.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't looked at all of them.
I wanted to ask. Some people wanted to know.
Well, that's a better question for Wedad, not for Chadwick.
Yeah, we'll ask Wedad. Yeah, we're gonna get around.
So that's okay.
Yeah, so that'll be after the first of the year. We'll get around because we're booked.
I mean, it's not his product. He didn't develop it, and it's he just uses them.
It's a very good, legit question.
It is, but that's more
Absolutely.
of a question for Wedad.
Yeah, well, we'll ask her, and I won't forget. So anyway, so a couple of quick things I just want to mention, just like I always do. If depending on where you're watching this live, you can watch us live in the Curly Girl Support Group on Facebook. You have to join. That's a 57 or 58,000 member group. You can also watch it live on Instagram at the at Raw Curls Instagram page. You can also watch us live on Twitter and Periscope at Raw Hair Organics. And tomorrow, you can watch us live also on YouTube. Now that's the change. This week, we used to have it on YouTube on the Raw Curls YouTube channel. A couple of months ago, I created a different channel just for this, and we just never spent the time to reload the, couple hundred Q&As that we've done onto it. But we have a new YouTube channel, and it's called Curly Hair Q&A on YouTube. And you can watch us live stream on there, and all the shows are archived there, and all the interviews and everything else. And podcasts released tomorrow morning. If you subscribe, they're released. You'll get a notification 5:30 a.m. on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Spotify, and I don't know, whatever else, wherever else you consume podcasts. So anyway, just want to make that clear. YouTube, Curly Hair Q&A. It's our new channel. So cool. Anyway, so that's about it.
We have too many. I can't keep track.
Too many. Yeah, we have a bunch. So anyway, just want everybody to know. Okay. So you want to hold off on the fun fact? You want to get right into questions? You got anything else?
Yeah.
Smash up the likes for me if you could. Give me some hearts. And let me know what you guys thought of that interview too. So put it in the comments.
Yeah, I've been sharing it with some of my clients who didn't get to watch, and then they have actually wanted to join the group.
Good.
So we'll have additional members.
Good. Cool. All right, let's get into let's get into some questions. And this week I've got, again, every week we get some, new questions that we haven't had asked. And some of them are fun. Some of them are good. The last couple of weeks I had some really good questions, hey? And this week's no different. What?
I was going to say an interesting fact that I can share just right away before we get started. I don't know if anyone saw, I don't even know if you saw, I had just posted a quick little video the other night on Saturday because, people really don't have any idea how much I work behind the chair sometimes. And, that I'm not just sitting around taking selfies of myself.
You're not?
Yeah, no.
No pictures of your butt and over your shoulder, none of that stuff?
No. Yeah. Very rarely will you see a selfie.
Very rarely.
Of my butt for sure. But anyway, no, I had posted a little video when I finished my last client on Saturday. I just thought, this will be interesting because it kind of came up in our last show about, sometimes my hair is not being perfect or whatever. Yeah. And, so I shared that because that was on Saturday. Now I had put in a full week working basically 12 to 14 hours. Yeah. Every day that week I worked at least 12 hours behind the chair. And then Saturday I finished working. I started at 8:30 and I worked until 11:15. My client just literally had walked out the door at 11:15 and I said, hey, I'm going to shoot a quick video and show people what time it is. So, that's, I didn't leave the salon till 11:30. That's 15 hours? Yeah, 15 hours that I did that day at the end of the week. So it's crazy, but hey, that's me. That's how I'm wired. But hello, if, my hair,
if your hair's not on point all the time, now you know why.
Now you know why. If I have oily skin or something's just,
some long days.
Most people probably couldn't,
some long days.
Work that. But anyway.
Anybody care to guess where her husband was?
Were you working?
Yes, I was. I was right here. I was right here on the other side of this door in my other office. Well,
yep.
Anyway,
so
now
that's
you guys
my
know.
typical
now
day.
you got an insider peek, right?
Yeah. So what can I say?
So we don't lay around the pool and drive the Lambos all day and none of that?
Take selfies?
No. Take selfies? No.
But now you know why I need an emotional support dog.
Right.
I got issues.
Let's move on. Okay, a question. All right, Melanie, what's the best way to get dye out of your curly hair without stripping it?
Well, so I'm assuming they're talking about a permanent hair color and they want to remove it.
Don't know. Doesn't say.
Yeah. There really is no way other than what they're calling stripping it. There are color removers, some that are more gentle than others that you can help to lift the color out. Typically, it'll at least lift some of that pigment out, but to truly remove it completely, depending on, now there's direct dyes, there's, oxidative dyes, there's different kinds of hair color and dyes. So it's all going to depend on what was used, but there are color removers now that can be used to help take some of that out of the hair. Easier if it's just like, a semi or demi-permanent because it's not as heavy of a dye load. It's not as permanently put into the hair, so it's a little easier to remove that. But then, otherwise you just come down to good old lightener, which is bleach.
Okay.
So that is damaging to the hair.
Sure.
And, some people have the misconception that you can just remove that color and your hair is what it used to be underneath, and that's not true. So, I have clients that have wanted to go natural and just go back to like their gray hair color, and yet they've been coloring for years, and so there isn't a real quick fix for that. And you don't just take the color off and then have your color underneath. It's changed. Now it's bleached hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's tough, but
yeah, buy a wig.
It is what it is. Buy a wig. That's an idea.
Yeah, but no, in that scenario, a lot of times I have the best way that I found to transition is to do highlights and lowlights and just let the new hair, the grays come in gradually and just try to blend it as best as possible, letting it come in more and more and more. And, so it doesn't look like a solid line where you have that gray or white hair and then colored, ends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's do another one. Melanie, I have type 2A/2C fine medium density curls. Do you have any recommendation on how to add shine and contrast while being gentle with your curls?
Shine and contrast. Okay. 2A to 2A to 2C.
2C,
So
yeah.
like 2A, B, and C.
2A, 2B,
Okay.
2C, I'm guessing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a variety of curls.
Yeah.
So yes, first of all, conditioning treatments are great. And also just product, shine serums without the silicone are great. That's going to add some shine in the hair. And there's lots of good ones out there. And then you can also do like a glaze. You can just do a glaze with clear. So there is a demi or semi-permanent, it's a color product, I'm going to call it, but it's just clear. So that would be like a deposit only that seals down the cuticle. It helps to, a lot of times we do a glaze on the ends after we color the roots, and that's why it helps to close down that cuticle, seal it, and make the hair nice and shiny. So that would be, the longest lasting of all of those options.
Okay. Good. Hopefully that helps. We got a number of hair color questions, but I'm gonna or related questions, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit here. Melanie, help! My hair goes straight when I use a diffuser. I've used it upside down. I bring the ends up on low heat. What am I doing wrong? When I air dry, bam, curls everywhere. Any ideas for that? Uses a diffuser, and her hair goes straight, loses her curl. Wonder if she's a wavy.
Yeah, but I've not seen that before. So that's interesting. I'm trying to
Too
think.
heavy a product?
Yeah, but if she's, using the same product and air drying and getting
And
curls.
getting them,
Yeah, that's really weird. I can't honestly say that I've seen that before, and I'll have to sleep on that and try to figure out what's happening, because my hair actually gets curlier. Maybe she's, pulling on it too much or touching it too much when she's diffusing it, and it's actually pulling the curl out. It's just odd because, like, my hair is less curly when I let it air dry. It's actually more curly. Yeah. So I'll have to think about that, or if anyone in the group has had the same experience, let us know, because I can't honestly say that I've ever seen that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next one then. Melanie, my scalp was very itchy all day yesterday, and my hair was very flyaway dry. I soaked my head overnight with 100% pure lavender essential oil and 100% organic argan oil. Is this okay? Also, what is the best way for me to wash out the oil today to ensure that I get it all out? Today is our wash day.
Yeah, see, that's kind of the problem when you are trying to apply these oils, and even people doing like a pure coconut oil treatment where it's just sitting on the hair or the scalp, and then you end up having to overwash it and strip all that out anyway, so you kind of defeat the whole purpose. So, there are specific scalp treatments, and that's what I would recommend. We just got a new one that's really great. It's been working really well. It's different because, when products are made, they're done by experienced chemists, and they know how to put together a delivery system so that it's not just coating the skin, the scalp or the hair, so that it gets into, the hair or the scalp. And then it easily rinses because it's, like the Raw Curls products are water soluble. I know the Diva products are water soluble, and that's why, so that you can easily rinse it from the hair. So as far as advice of, I guess I would just try to use your, because if you get into using like a clarifying, then it's going to be a little more harsh and stripping. Yeah. And, one of the most gentle ones, the Diva Build-Up Buster and the apple cider vinegar seem to, not be as harsh. So those would be good products, or good things to try to rinse it out. First of all, I would just try your regular shampoo. But when you're applying things like that, really try to just concentrate on the scalp and not getting it all through the hair.
Which is really hard.
It's really hard. It's really hard, yeah, unless you have a spray.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Melanie. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to back up a question just because I see the following question is kind of a tie-in. So let's go to this one first. I find when I blow dry my curly hair, it becomes frizzy no matter what products I use. How can I blow dry and get a smooth curl?
Yeah, I just had a new client that had said the same thing. She said her hair is always frizzy when she diffuses. And I said, well, would you allow me to diffuse and see what happens? Just let's check it out, using the Raw Curls products in my salon.
And thinking maybe technique too.
Yeah, technique. And also, the hair dryer is going to make a difference, whether it's the ionic or tourmaline, those things. If it's a cheap blow dryer, that definitely makes a difference. Your hair will be more frizzy if it's too hot. So all those things are going to matter. And on her, it came out beautiful and she couldn't believe it. And she had big bouncy curls. So, again, all those things working together make all the difference. The right product, the right tools, and the right technique.
Okay. Okay, great. Now we get into some good questions here. Oh boy, these are good. I've never had a quote unquote curly cut before. How do I know if my stylist really knows how to cut curly hair? She says she does, but that's all she says. And if I decide to look for a new stylist, how do I know, or what questions should I be asking him or her?
Well, yeah, we get that a lot where people, make the claims to know how to cut curly hair.
I see it in the professional Facebook, the professional hair industry Facebook groups all the time.
Yep.
I know how to cut curly hair.
Yeah, they'll say they know how to cut curly hair. They'll say they're a curl specialist, all those things. But you definitely do have to question further and say, who have you been certified with? So, because there are certifications out there, and if they haven't gone through additional advanced training with Vidal, Diva Curl, or Diva Sean, Curlisto, or the Raw Curls Academy, those are the main ones that I can think of that actually do trainings and certifications. So then I would say that they're not, a curl specialist, or they're not truly experienced in cutting curly hair. They'll say they know how to cut curly hair. I knew how to cut curly hair before I got certified and trained as well, because I had curly hair. I know how to cut it, but I didn't know the special techniques. These are special techniques that are completely different. You can ask, do you cut it wet? Do you cut it dry? Are you cutting curl by curl? Are you doing carving? Are you doing slicing? These are all terms that would be used in the special curly techniques. And if they don't know what you're talking about, then they definitely are not trained.
Yeah, definitely not. And if you heard the or watched the interview with Chadwick Penley on Thursday night from Weedad, he flat out told you that when Weedad's holding her her certifications, she wasn't just passing everybody. She was failing a lot of people. A lot of people were going through the whole trainings and then not getting certified. So, and that's just them. But I mean, that's so to get certified, it's not just a matter of watching a couple of YouTube videos.
Exactly.
A little bit more than that. A little bit more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Related question then. Melanie, what is the advantage to having layers cut into my curly hair?
Do you hear that buzzing?
Yes. Rhett, we got a buzzing.
We got like a Morse code going on.
Yeah, in the headsets.
It's like somebody's trying to give me an answer here. Anyway, so what was that?
What is the advantage to having
the
layers cut into my curly hair?
Okay. So, and I know Chadwick and I talked about this, and they, use different terminology or have a little bit different beliefs about layering or not layering. So, that's going to come into styles and preferred looks that people want. But layers can remove weight from the hair. So if you want it to bounce up, if you want fullness, it's good to have some layers. And if you don't want that type of style, or you don't want your hair to bounce up, then, I would probably stay away from layers. And there's different types of layers. So that gets pretty technical. And that's why, you know, we have a lot of additional training on the right and proper angles. Whether it's just a little bit of an angle on the ends, or if it's, you know, a full on, you know, like the diva calls a waterfall layer, you know, to have shorter pieces on top flowing into the longer hair on the bottom. But mostly, you know, it has helped to remove weight and to, you know, give lift and fullness and bounce to the hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. All right, next, another hair color question, curly hair. Melanie, I think I'm allergic to the hair color / dye that my stylist is using. I'm about 30% gray and I'm not ready to embrace it yet. My scalp started itching the last time she colored it, almost felt like burning. She used packets of Sweet and Low to stop the irritation. And when I asked about it, she said this is a quote unquote common practice in the salon business. I thought that was absurd. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, I do. So I agree with you. It is absurd. And I agree with, and I have to say, you know,
it's also a common practice.
She is right.
Yeah.
It is a common practice, but it's an old practice. So, you know, it is what stylists did before there was non-ammonia hair color, you know, or there's actually some other products out to add to the color to help remedy any, you know, irritation, and there are professional products that can be added. I do not recommend using Sweet and Low. It is saccharin. You're mixing it with chemicals and putting it on the scalp. So what it does is it lowers the pH. And so that worked, you know, but again, that's an old practice. So I definitely don't find that acceptable anymore. And, you know, in my salon, we use products that are superior and don't have ammonia in them. Therefore, people don't have that reaction.
So you're not stocking Sweet and Low packets on your...
No.
Except at the coffee bar.
No.
Not even at the coffee bar.
No, it's toxic. I wouldn't give Sweet and Low to
I wanted
anybody.
to see what you'd say.
No, of course not.
No Sweet and Low at the Raw Hair Organic Salon in Naples. Sorry, you're not going to get it.
We have stevia and we have raw sugar.
We have stevia and raw sugar. Okay, good.
Raw sugar. Oh, how funny.
And none of them you're using on people's scalps.
No.
No. Okay.
Never.
Okay, good.
There's even like we have even, you know, just because we use organic and non-ammonia hair color, I'm just going to say that doesn't mean that it works for everybody. You know, and I always advise people about this or educate people about this when they call or, you know, when they come in for a consultation, because if you know your allergies, you could have an allergy to something that's still in that hair color. You know, it's better, but it's still not going to be perfect for everybody, depending on what your sensitivities are. Mm-hmm. So, but then we even have a product that is a scalp protectant, and it's kind of like a cross between a gel and an oil, and we are able to add that right into the hair color without affecting how it works. So that's awesome. It's actually what we use to protect the skin around the hairline so that it doesn't stain, and I can add it right to the hair color. And if someone had any kind of sensitivity, I've tried that as a next step, because a lot of times they don't know. They don't really know what they're allergic to. So then, you know, I try that and see if it helps. And for most people, that has been perfect.
That has been perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, next one. Melanie, I have an odd question.
Oh boy.
And you know what? As she was, I know a lot of you know who have listened to or watched her show in the past quite a bit, is really for the most part, we don't review. Melanie doesn't get these questions ahead of time.
Never.
I get them. I review them so I can get the flow of the way they come on the pages, the way they print off. But other than that, we don't review them, and we do them. You know, that's why we do the show live, and you know, that's why it's the way it is, and we do that on purpose. So this question I hadn't read until now, why Melanie was answering the previous question, and I remembered something, and we'll see if Melanie brings it up or not. It's been a long time. It's been
sounds like a lot of pressure.
Yeah. I have no short-term memory, but my like 30-year ago memory is like spot on. It's crazy weird. Melanie, I have an odd question, and I feel a little bit uncomfortable even asking it. So please don't use my name. And I won't. I'll give you a hint. Her name rhymes with
No, don't use
Mary
the
Beth.
name.
Okay.
What?
I said her name rhymes with Mary Beth. Okay. So please don't use my name. When I get my hair cut, my stylist, a man, will blow the clippings off of my neck instead of brushing them or vacuuming them off or whatever. He's blowing on my neck. And I've seen him do it to other clients and nobody says anything. So my question is he weird or am I weird?
That's hilarious. I love this question.
Do you ever do that?
Never. Yeah, that's weird. He's weird. Whoever he is, he's weird. But that being said, I've seen it done. I have seen that done. I know exactly what she's talking about.
And that's literally the story I'm thinking of.
I don't even do that to my husband. I don't even do that to my husband when I cut his hair at home. Like never. That is so weird. So yeah. Aside from being unsanitary,
right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no.
There's a little in your ear. I mean, what is he? What is he? What is he? I know.
Yeah. But I've seen that done. Why? I don't know. Because again, we have tools. Use a towel. I mean, you have a towel right there. Usually, I have a towel around someone's neck. I have a towel on my station from, walking over with their hair. Anyway, that's crazy. But yeah, I could have done that. What is it? The show that Tabitha did, Salon.
Oh, Salon Takeover.
Salon Takeover. No, it wasn't Salon. Was it Salon Takeover?
Yeah, Salon Takeover.
Yeah, because that sounds like an episode that would have been on
she'd
there.
Have blown up.
Yeah, I mean, really, that is so tacky. So, anyway, yeah, we have brushes that can be used in some states, and in some places you can't even use the brushes anymore, but you have to sanitize them. So I just got away from a lot of that a long time ago.
When I was a kid and my dad would take me to the barber shop, they had like a vacuum. It was like connected to the barber chair.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
So yeah, so I use a towel most of the times, and I don't know if that's what you're referring to. It wasn't that long ago, just at the show in Orlando in June, I went back and I looked at that little handheld vacuum tool like 2 or 3 times. I was going to buy. The only reason I didn't buy it is because I had nowhere to put it. If you saw the setup of our stations, I don't have like a shelf to set it on. I don't have like a desk right there to set it on. So I'd have nowhere to put it, but it was really cool.
He used to do that.
Oh, yeah, that? I didn't remember that. We'll get to that in a second. But there was this, there was a cool little, did you see that? Did I show you that? Because the guy who invented it, I had a conversation with him. It was so cute, this little old man. And he was a barber, and he had this little handheld vacuum thing that was about that big.
Yes, you did tell me about that.
Yeah,
yes.
And it was shaped to fit the neck, and you just put it on there. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, in the old days, like Ruthie and them at Cut Loose had this, it was like a vac. I could just use a shop vac. You might give somebody a hickey mark, but
yeah, you could.
And then they'll really think someone was blowing on your neck.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that's what they did when I was a kid.
Yeah, but some barbers still have that. It's kind of it's like a vacuum hose.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it sucks the hair off, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And maybe it was that old man when we were having a conversation. He even said his tips went up when he started using this.
I remember the story. Yes.
Even if you just put your blow dryer on a low cool setting and blow the hairs off of someone's neck as you're, like I use a razor to clean up. I have a funny story about that too. But, he said his tips went up when he did that.
Strange.
Yeah, it is strange.
It makes no sense.
But it's so annoying to get that itchy hair on your neck. So I really tried it.
Or for me, I hate it when, like when I get my hair cut, I'll, a lot of times I'll like immediately take a shower because I don't like it when it gets under my shirt and, just even little bits of hair. I'm like, ugh.
That's just the hair on your back that's growing.
Well, it could be, but whatever, whatever.
So, funny story. Yeah.
That's not a funny story.
Well,
you're going to tell, or are you going to tell the...
Well, yeah, no. So there was a guy that I worked with at Malcolm's. You've heard me reference Malcolm, my mentor, and this guy was weird. Yeah, he's one of those weirdos. See, definitely he would blow on people's neck, but yeah, he was He got fired. That was one of probably the many reasons.
Could be.
He was. Oh gosh, he was a weirdo.
Little different.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, you get all types. But can I tell my razor story?
Yeah, go
It
ahead.
doesn't have to do with curly hair, but it goes along with that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll tell it quick. So that was like only one time I cut somebody, actually. Yeah. So because I take my razor blade and I clean up the neck. So it's a straight razor blade. It does have a guard on it, but
But it's really sharp.
but it's sharp, you know. So anyway, you know, I go ahead and I do that, especially on men, but at women that have the low hairline too. And, you know, I was just doing my thing. I had this client who's a super jokester. He was like a super funny jokester. He's always messing around, you know, and whatever. And he also likes to drink a lot. But anyway, so we were just talking and I was doing my thing, you know, cleaning up his neck, and he goes, "Ow." And I'm like, "Oh, stop." You know, I thought he's like, "No, I think you cut me." And I'm like, "I didn't cut you." You know, I mean, this razor blade, you can literally, you put it right on the skin and it doesn't cut you. I can rub it on my fingers. It doesn't cut you. So I'm like, how would I have cut him? And he's like, "I have a mole there. And I think you hit it." And I'm like, "No way." So he had a polo shirt on, and I took his shirt and I pulled it down a little bit, and I was like, "Oh crap." Yeah.
Owie.
Yeah.
Owie.
So I'm like, "Oh shoot, I think I cut him." So yep, sure did, and it was a bleeder. So then I said, "Oh great, now I get to spray alcohol on it."
Right, that's even better.
So anyway, I thought, "Oh, his wife's going to kill me." You know, that was like the only time I ever cut somebody. And now I'm like super duper cautious. Men, women, whoever, I always look at, you know, all the hair. I pull the shirt down. I'm like super careful to make sure that doesn't ever happen again. But he thought it was hilarious because of the look on my face, because I was freaking out. You know, I'm like, "Oh my God, you know, I've never done that to somebody." Yeah. So he laughed about it, of course. And he said his wife told him that she wished I would have just taken it all the way off.
Right.
So
his head or the
No, the mole,
okay.
the mole.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you
wrap
very
it up.
much.
I
Yep.
didn't get to share my fun fact.
Oh, all right. Share your
I
fun
thought we were
fact.
only halfway done.
No, we're done. No.
Okay, this is a fun fact. So I don't think we've ever talked about this since it's getting into the Christmas season, and I'm starting with my little Christmas holiday scarf. One of our favorite movies, people probably don't know, Christmas movies. We've been talking about this in the salon, like, what's your favorite Christmas show? Is it a Hallmark, whatever? Well, one of our favorite Christmas shows is Elf. I love that movie. We actually bought it. We haven't watched it in a couple of years now just because we're too busy.
Yeah,
But
it's just been too busy.
yeah. So anyway, I have a surprise. Ken doesn't even know about this.
Oh, what is it? Oh, look at that. Elf the Musical. Oh, no kidding.
I bought tickets today.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Wonderful.
We're going to see Elf.
I'm going to see Elf at the Broadway Palm Dinner Theater.
We've never been to it. It's
Never been-
literally 5 minutes from our house.
I've only
and we've
lived here
never
14 or 15 years and never...
gone. So we're going to see Elf.
It's right on the other side of the bridge. Oh, hooray. Merry Christmas to me.
There you go.
That's a fun fact. For me, that's a fun fact. Nobody else, it's a fun fact. But for me, it's a fun fact. Hooray.
This is Buddy. What's your favorite color?
Right, exactly.
Yep. It'll be awesome.
Yep, that's about it.
Okay.
Yep, you smell like sausage. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys hanging out here. Remember tomorrow, if you want to listen to this podcast, tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. They get loaded. You'll get a notification if you're subscribed. Go to our new YouTube channel, Curly Hair Q&A. Subscribe. You'll get alerts right away when we post new stuff. And we've got lots of new stuff getting posted. We got interviews. We have interviews for the rest of the year. I'm not going to tell you any more of them, but lots of good fun ones,
surprise,
and
surprise.
They'll be there first as well. And that's about it.
We have to discuss, but we're talking about doing a special New Year's show. Yeah, we're gonna,
because a Monday night lands on New Year's Eve,
and that's our 100th episode.
all right, that will be the that's the anniversary of our 100th live show, our full length show, our Mondays with Melanie show. And yeah, we might make it fun, maybe with who knows.
Are we going to do a midnight countdown?
I can't stay up that late.
Gosh, whatever. We'll
Not
talk about it
21 anymore.
Oh.
It's hard. It would be maybe we'll see what happens, but hey, who knows? We might make it a big party, invite some guests, have some beverages.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Maybe
Rhett, yes,
balloons.
Rhett. We have to have Rhett put little flashes of all of our 100 shows. How's that? Start working on it tonight.
Right, start working on
And
it
don't
tonight.
sleep until then.
Right.
Okay.
Done.
Cool.
Oh my
Yay,
God.
but yeah,
Anyway,
I think we're gonna have a
so we might
special
do that.
holiday
Right. So if you're like us
celebration.
and probably not going out on New Year's Eve, maybe you'll hang out with us and
That would be awesome.
who
Have
knows?
champagne.
Have champagne. Maybe do some freebies. We'll
Wear
see.
party hats.
Wear party hats. All kinds of fun stuff like
Ken's
that.
gonna wear a tux.
Maybe it gets hot in here. I don't know.
Oh,
It's the
God.
lights. It gets hot in
You're
here.
such a whiner.
No, I don't mind where hey, you know me, I like a tux, but anyway, I look good in a tux. You'd be surprised.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out. Again, give us smash up the likes and the hearts, and we'll see you next week, Monday. Oh, wait a minute. I think we may be having a Thursday show. Maybe I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted, but for sure next week, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you then with more questions.